You know, I'm so sick of it. I got in trouble with Jamaica today. I got in trouble with lots of people because I tell them what I'm really feeling. I don't have a filter on my mouth. So I understand why a lot of people don't like me, but that's okay. I'm going to continue to do what I do because what you said, there's 42 million smokers out there that do really need to be encouraged when and if they ever get ready. And we have to be able to be resourceful and have the right products, whether it's going to be good for them to start off and be, transition from smoking to vaping and then exponentially grow into something that they like down the road with a mod or a second, third, fourth, or fifth generation device. So you guys need to keep doing what you're doing, and I'll be on your program anytime you want. But I'm out there trying to raise the level of awareness that vaping is the best alternative compared to tobacco combustion, and I'm going to continue to do what I do. So you guys are my heroes, and I appreciate you letting me be here tonight to talk to you about it and listen to what you guys have to say.
No, likewise, brother.
All right.
Appreciate it. 100%.
Sorry for the computer fart, everybody.
Happens, we're used to it.
Damn Windows.
It's okay, we got a pretty good screenshot.
Well, just so you know that the good thing about me is that I was able to get my name off of the Von Earl device that they had me as their brand ambassador. I finally got them to remove my photograph since they sold to Big Tobacco, and I don't want to work for Big Tobacco anymore. I'm also getting sued by the World Health Organization for sending my medal back to Margaret Chen 2 years ago in Geneva, telling her to shove it up her ass. Yes, she didn't like that. She got pissed off at it. Now I got
savage.
They're suing you?
I love this man.
Yes, and I got India mad at me. They won't let me in their country. I got stuck in Istanbul for 6 days. They would let me get on a plane. So that's all going to be a part of my memoirs.
I can't wait to read those.
Yeah.
But you guys, Sherwood, I've watched you. I'm friends with you on Facebook. I know what you're up to. And Tristan and Ben and all the other great people. And my buddy, Rob, thanks for having me on tonight. And you see me being pretty unfiltered with my mouth. And I got to be careful because I don't want to piss people off. I want to encourage them to vape when they're ready to transition over. But we got to keep doing what we have to do in advocacy. And you did a great job in North Carolina at the carnival, a couple weeks ago. And I'd love to be a part of anything that you guys do. So keep me in mind and keep me available in your mind to help whenever I can.
Absolutely. We'll go out for a drink sometime.
I'm losing you. I'm losing power here.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, because you're on your tablet.
Yeah.
I said we'll go out for a drink sometime.
Yeah, that's what I heard you say. I'm willing to do that, too, because I like to drink.
There you go. Man after my own heart. I like that.
All right, buddies.
All right, take care, bud.
Take care.
I do not know why in the world, for some reason, my internet is not streaming like it normally does. But back to what I was saying, because of helping our smokers is one reason why on the website I actually have vape consultation, because you don't get that even from a lot of your vape shops. A vape shop is supposed to be a place that you can go in, feel comfortable, and ask any question that you have. But not only you ask the questions, when someone comes in, you need to be able to ask them questions and be able to figure out what is best for them, not what is best for you.
Oh, I miss doing that so much.
Yeah, dude.
I miss doing it because of working in a vape shop. And the thing I always find people doing is they're like, I hate to say this, but they're just like the vape shop that's depicted in the video that Gerb does for Steve. The person's coming in wanting strawberry. That's all they want. And they're pointing out all these other things that have everything else in them because they like them.
It's never about what you like. You can make personal recommendations.
Yeah.
But you never go and push what you like on a customer when they're telling you the exact opposite.
Exactly.
And you could be honest. You could even say, hey, you're looking for this? This is not my personal preference, so I'm not too knowledgeable about every little thing with this flavor. However, this is what we have in it.
Exactly. And that's where
I ran a
lot
tight
of
ship.
people screw up. That's where a lot of people screw up. They only want to tell people what they want rather than, because a lot of people were pushing the TFV8 stick when it first came out, saying, oh, this is great. Not everybody, when they first get off a cigarette, can start with a blasted sub-ohm tank.
No.
It worked for my sister.
That's what I don't understand.
just
I couldn't understand. All these tanks were coming out. They were called them starter kits, and they were like 0.15 coils. It made no sense.
No. It's because you know what it is? They were trying to garner that market while being able to they were trying to hit both markets at once. It makes perfect sense. It makes no sense to us because we're logical people, but
Right.
it makes perfect sense what they were trying to do. They just wanted to, corner the market with that one coil and be like, ta-da, we did it.
Yeah.
But you can't, because that's, you know what I mean? There's too many variables involved with the evolution of somebody as a vapor. Each company needs to come out with lines specifically targeting new, moderate, advanced, and I'm just here because I like vape now. You know what I mean? Like that's what they need to do, and a lot of them are only going over here. They're
forgetting about the beginner vapors. They're forgetting about
moderate ones too, man. Have you seen some of the shit that's coming out now? I'm like, dude, nobody wants 12 fucking coils in their you know what I mean? Like I do in a dripper. I'll vape that shit all day, but that's me, not people walking into the shop. They're gonna go, oh fuck, that's confusing. You gotta start them at the end of the counter. If they come down here and they go, I want to start vaping, you take their ass the fuck down there. Don't look down at mech mods. That's not where you start. You start down there. Like I think out of all the people I've ever talked to, and I talked to a shitload of people that vape, only 2, maybe 3 started on a mech. No one starts there. They don't count. They're weird. No, and they are, and they know who I'm talking about, and they know they're weird, and I'm weird too. But we all start down here in the normal section. You go in, you get your feet wet, you get the acclimation to vaping opposed to smoking, and then you move on with the flavors, disassociating nicotine delivery from tobacco, and then you move into the advanced shit because now you're here. You know what I'm saying? You found your niche. You know what you like, and that's where you go.
Exactly.
But these guys that make these devices, a lot of them don't understand that. They think everybody's going to be here from the get-go, and that's not how it works. Nobody wants to transition from a easy to they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. And it turns them away. It's actually detrimental. It turns them back to smoking because they can't do it.
And not for nothing too, and I hate to sound like an old foe, but I'm starting to see a little bit where they were talking about, look, you're not going to give shit to people that are, if they're just hanging out or whatever, you're not going to pay those people any mind. But, when you're walking around and you see a bunch of guys all over the place, you're going to go, oh, wow, those are those vape douches.
Yeah.
And the problem is they're seeing, it's like what Sherwin says all the time, and I'm just stealing it. Fuck it. I'm stealing this thing.
That's fine.
Who are we?
Yeah.
Who are we as vapors? What are we perceiving ourselves to be? Do we want to be the guys that, look the asshole part, blow the big clouds, are blasted with sponsorships like we're fucking NASCAR?
That's not me.
I know where you're going with that. But or do we want to have, but we also don't want to be the guys that are like twirling their fucking beards and mustaches, pinkies out, vaping and going, oh, look at these fools on their mech mods.
Yeah.
We don't want to be like that either.
Not sure. We need a classy motherfucker.
There's another place.
But here, let me bring this in that ties into that. Hold on one second. I got to do this.
Oh.
But here's the thing. A lot of times I'll be standing outside work, throw out a 12-foot cloud, and somebody will go, what the fuck is pizza? And that's okay. And, and I'll be like, oh, that's vaping, man. Why, you a smoker? You're like, yeah. And I was like, oh, you don't start here, bro. Let me tell you about some shit. And that's how I transitioned into it because it got their attention.
Yeah, starts a conversation.
But you also have a conversation. You're not going, yo, bro, my mod hits so hard. I'm running this ohm with this battery that might blow up in my face with this, like...
Clouds, bro, clouds.
Only with my friends I do that when they're like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck are you vaping now? You know what I mean? Then I do, yeah. You know, but like average people, no, that's absolutely, you're absolutely right. Like there's that whole, you know, that whole clique that needs to stop, because it's like you are why they are attacking us. You're
also giving a bad name to cloud chasers.
Yeah, exactly. And it's got to stop. You got to realize that you are the front man of the band that is vaping. You are the lead vocalist. And if you aren't going to be about that, you need to fix how you carry yourself, man. Like, that's not cool.
Don't be a wannabe Fred Durst.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Hey, have you guys seen the new 3.5-year study of regular daily users that was in nature.com?
No.
It was a scientific study that just came out. It was a peer-reviewed study, and they did a long-term 3.5-year study of smokers, and they compared them to non-smokers. So this is the summary and conclusions. In a small sample of young adult, never smoking daily electronic e-cigarette users who were carefully followed for approximately 3.5 years, we found no decrements in spirometric indices, development of respiratory symptoms, changes in markers of lung inflammation in exhaled air, or findings of early lung damage when compared with a carefully matched group of never smoking non-electronic cigarette users. Even the heaviest electronic cigarette users failed to exhibit any evidence of emerging lung injury as reflected in these physiologic, clinical, or inflammatory measures. Moreover, no changes were noted in blood pressure or heart rate. Since the electronic cigarette users who we studied were never smokers, potentially confounding by inhalation of combustion products of tobacco were obviated. So basically what they said is they took two study groups, people who've never smoked, and they compared them to people who never smoked who smoked e-cigarettes. For 3.5 years, they studied them, and they found that even those that did not smoke but still used e-cigarettes, they found no damage to their lungs, period. It was a pure study, and it was a good study. It was peer reviewed, and it's in the article of nature.com. And these 4 years that we have, hopefully we'll have more science that will be able to back our claim that we already know that e-cigarettes and vapor products are not damaging in any way. It is harm reduction in the purest sense.
Yep, and that really puts a damper on everybody's narrative that's against us. It's so bad for you. No, it's not.
Yeah, and more of these studies are coming out.
And these are American studies, right?
I think this was a UK study. Oh, no, it was an American study. It was an American study.
That's huge, because right now our biggest.
No. This was
son of a bitch.
I think this was a Greek study.
Yeah, we get good ones overseas. No good American except.
Well, because there's not the level of corruption with tobacco that there is in America.
True.
Yeah. You got to understand that a lot of these studies are paid by people who want you to spew that narrative. I mean, all of these funding for scientific studies and the way that scientific research is done nowadays is based on grants. We will give you this money if you give us the desired results that we need to push our narrative. And unfortunately, that's how it is in the United States. Over in the European Union, it's different.
Yeah.
So regardless, I mean, it's still a very, very interesting study. Oh, Italy. It was a study done in Italy. He's a full-time employee of the University of Catania in Italy. In relation to his work in the area of tobacco control, he's received lecture fees and research funding from Pfizer and GlaxoSmithKline, manufacturers of stop smoking medications. He's also served as a consultant for Pfizer, Global Health Alliance for treatment of tobacco dependence. So this is a guy who has taken money from big pharma, but yet he did this study and he found, you know what? E-cigarettes are fine. Now
who paid for the Georgetown and Yale research? Because that actually came out in our favor.
I don't remember that one. That was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
No, that came out just in September.
Really?
That pretty much mirrored the Royal College of Physicians research.
Which one is it? Georgetown?
I think it was Georgetown and Yale.
Huh.
It came out in September. I remember hearing about it. I did a video, or I did something the day, like the week it came out, and talked about it.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I forget the exact one, but I know it was a Georgetown and Yale did it. And when I saw it was Georgetown, I was like, ooh. And when I saw Yale, I was like, ah.
Let me find that real quick.
I'm on that too. Let's see who finds it first. I got one finger working.
You're going to find it faster.
Oh, I got a handicap, bro. I got one working finger.
I know it came out in September. I know that much. But, I mean, and see, the other place, back to what we were talking about, leaving our new vapors in the dust when it comes to our manufacturers, another place that we do that is in our e-liquid, in all honesty.
Found it.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
Would you like me to read, good sir?
By all means.
Go ahead.
Switching from traditional cigarettes to an electronic version can save the lives of up to 6.6 million Americans over the next 10 years, according to researchers from Georgetown and Yale universities. The researchers said in a study published Monday in the Journal of Tobacco Control that 6.6 million lives is the best case of the switching scenario, while 1.6 million lives is of the worst case side. Oh man. 1.6 million lives. That's not enough. That's not a lot of people. That's a couple guys in a room.
Yeah.
Let's see here, and I'll continue here. The study funded by the National Institute of Health compares the status quo scenario with a scenario in which e-cig and vaporizers largely related traditional cigarettes over 10 years. Largely replaced. It's like the print's so small in these articles. They need to make it big, like not old, but I mean it's like they're like on top of each other. So basically, what they did was they had a status quo in which scenario in which e-cigs and vaporizers largely replaced traditional cigarettes over 10 years. So they did a 10-year study replacing cigarettes with vaping. Researchers said they considered the relative harm of vapor products versus cigarettes, as well as the impact of vaping on cessation, switching.
Guys, I gotta go.
No worries.
Later, brother.
Later.
See you,
included by non-users. Our projections show that a strategy of replacing cigarette smoking with vaping would yield substantial life year gains, and even under pessimistic assumptions regarding cessation, initiation and relative harm. The researchers said in their report, an endgame scenario for cigarettes might well be within reach if new technologies for delivering nicotine with substantially less harm but sufficient stratification. What kind of word is that? Are harnessed with sufficient passion and political will, as well as being. See, like this. What I hate. You know what the problem with a lot of news journals today is they do a lot of copy paste and no proofreading.
Yeah.
So I find myself, because I read ahead and I come back and I go, wait, what? So basically, this is the 10-year. Basically, in a nutshell, this here is a 10-year study done by Georgetown University and Yale, and they produced the same results that were found in the study by the
RCP.
Yeah, the Royal College of Physicians, which is absolutely phenomenal. We fucking need that shit. That's great.
Well, if it was written in a better way, we could fucking use it.
Well, no, they linked the actual study.
Oh, okay.
This is their,
summary.
Yeah, if you could call it that.
Synopsis.
Yes, if you will. Yes, a blurb.
Hey, Tristan, I can't believe I knew about this and you didn't. This is a first.
Dude, I've been busy. Shit.
Yeah, but this is a first. Normally, I'm learning stuff from you guys.
I know. Good catch, dude.
Because
that is huge. That is instrumental right now.
I'm going to grab this article here and drag it across the forehead of everybody that says, yeah, that study's in Britain. Well, here's one in America, jerk off. Next. Fuck you.
Exactly. And, I mean, my doctor is still on the fence. Because she was like, well, that is British research. It is not looked at. And then I was like, oh, by the way. Now, mind you, that was at my first appointment. She was like that. I was like, oh, and she had told me, your next appointment, I'll give you my side of it, give you my studies. And right after the appointment, as it was ending, I was like, oh, by the way, you might want to check out Georgetown and Yale's recent study that completely mirrored, in a 10-year study, the Royal College of Physicians. She was like, oh, I might have to look at that. So I'm turning her slowly, but doctors are the hardest ones to turn.
Because they're in Big Pharma's pocket.
Boom. Yup, exactly.
But those are the people we need to turn. But
agreed.
But yeah,
that's the problem, because you're competing with Big Pharma's money, power, and influence.
Yeah. But yeah, what I was getting at when it comes to e-liquids, how many of our e-liquids today come in higher nic, and how many of our e-liquids come in large flavor for the new vapor?
Not a lot, dude. Not a lot. It's all 0, 1.5, 3, and 6.
And see, Reaper, I know you've tried a lot of the liquids, and a lot of ours you didn't like of the new lines.
Mm-hmm.
Steve told me
it was just my personal preference.
Right, but
well,
the
also
thing
yours
is,
are calibrated for smokers as well. We talked about this on the previous show.
They were actually calibrated, because actually this is one of my favorites of the line, Bunker Bliss. Plus, you have to shake them like a mofo before you vape them, because the lemonade that's in it has a tendency to separate.
What do you call it? By Shipwreck used to do that too. The I think it was Castaway.
But
it was an orange vape, and it separated. That was my shit. Oh,
but literally, those were made because there are so few out there with that strong flavor that can attract a new vapor. And then you get all these 80-20s, 90-10s. How many do we have coming out low PGVG and high flavor?
Not many. I mean, because the problem is when you're having the low VGPG, you're usually sacrificing flavor.
Not always. If you have higher PG, most of the
if you have higher PG, but if you have, like, what's the average nowadays? 70-30, 80-20.
Yeah.
Sometimes 9-10, depending on where you go.
Yeah, it depends
sometimes 9-10.
That's cloud comp sauce right there.
No, you know.
So I actually always found 80-20 or 70-30 better for cloud comps because it doesn't.
That's perfect for cloud comps. Pure VG.
People use that shit, dude. Real talk. They come in and vape flavorless shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Ew.
We used to have comps around here. Guys would have little 30 ml droppers of it. They would go up, pretend to use the comp juice that was given, and they would drip their stuff in it. Fucking cheating in a cloud comp. How do you cheat in a cloud comp?
There are people trying to cheat cloud comps I was in. Dude, rip their shit up. I was one of them. I was using a fucking the D-Laws box, the Outlaw box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I fucked their shit up. They didn't want none of that. Nobody's seen a lipo like that before. No rules, no rules. Excellent. Daddy's bringing home the bacon.
But yeah, that's the whole thing. There's not enough e-liquids put out today for the new vapor. Even if they want that lower nic level, there's not enough with the high flavor. And that's the problem. Because people are always scared to go with a lower PGVG to get that high flavor if they need it. And that's my personal opinion.
The problem is there's, like T said, there's so many different variables. There's so many different parts of vaping.
Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, it's kind of like, all right, so back when there were specialty shops for things, you go to a specialty shop for what you enjoy.
Yes.
If you're looking to get into model airplanes, you're not going to go to building a robot.
Yeah.
I used to work at Radio Shack, so I had those type of people coming in all the time. You're not going to a Clouds Bro Cloud shop if you're looking to getting into vaping.
Mm-mm.
And if you're a Clouds Bro Clouds kind of guy, you're not going to go to a basic shop to hang out at.
Yeah.
Or if you do, you're just a dick because you're going to scare everybody that's coming in with your giant fucking clouds.
Yeah.
I mean, the reality is we have to look at ourselves as vapors, and we just need to stop doing what we've been doing to alienate the other part of the industry and the new people coming in.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, since you used to work at Radio Shack, let me show you something.
Oh, God.
I remember those.
Oh, yeah. Those were on the clearance section when I was working at Radio Shack.
But that's
we were selling those for like $50.
That's what I run the whole thing off of. For my audio.
Hey, I give you props on that.
I had a friend of my mom's that actually gave me that board.
Nice.
Hey, to me, any setup is a good setup.
It depends on what works for you.
Yeah.
Just remember, what works for you might not work for someone else.
Exactly.
That's why the first thing someone asks me is, "Oh, what would you recommend for this?" Well, what do you use? What do you like? How much do you smoke? I'm not going to be like, "Oh, you smoke 2 packs a day. Well, then you need 3 milligram nicotine and a fucking sub-ohm tank." No, you smoke fucking 2 packs a day. I'm going to give you like 12, 18 milligram nicotine and a fucking Nautilus.
Or 12 milligram. Now, I'll tell you this much. 12 milligram and a sub-ohm tank works well. I've done it. I'm telling you that when I was vaping with the Atlantis. Now, mind you, we're talking 0.5 ohm coils. I was doing 12 milligram in an Atlantis.
Okay, an Atlantis. Yeah, I'm not talking about like a T. I had a guy come in to my old shop that was vaping 24 in a TFV8.
Holy crap! How the heck was he standing?
I don't know. I hit it because I had to. I had to. You're vaping 24 in a TFV8? Give me that. I could take barely 2-second pull on it and I was on the ground.
I can't even do 9 in a dripper. If I go above 6, I'm done.
I accidentally dripped Saltnik in a dripper.
Oh, from what you're telling me, I can only imagine how bad it would be.
50 milligram Saltnik in a dripper. No.
But, I mean, that's the whole thing. We all have to get back. You know, I hate to bring up a Christian song, but it fits us perfect. We need to get back to the basics.
And we are. Slowly, I'm seeing it. There's more mouth-to-lung devices coming out. There's more beginner starter. I don't think in the past, I'm going to say 3 years of the industry, have we ever had this many beginner, real beginner starter kits come out for the industry. We're starting to realize we need to target people who are smoking to get them off of smoking.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
I mean, whether we want to admit it or not, we kind of need big tobacco to stay alive.
Yeah.
If there's no more smokers,
we won.
We won.
We won. Right out into the sunset. Fucking heroes of the world. We won.
But that'll never happen.
You can't say that because we are a steadily climbing group.
Yeah. And I'll give you my reasoning why.
Bro.
I wish we could have that happen, but because the amount of influence the big tobacco has in the economy in general, you're not just talking about the corporate guys. You're talking about now truck drivers. You're talking about packagers. You're talking about every little aspect of big tobacco. They're all out of jobs.
Yeah.
And that would be even bigger than if the vape industry was out of jobs.
Well, remember, because of the government subsidies, the farmer will always get paid. So I'm not concerned about that. And truck drivers, the world's always trying to find new truck drivers. You know what I mean? There will always be work for truckers, always. Because you're not going to see self-driving trucks in any of our lifetimes. You know what I mean? It's not realistic. It's not going to happen. So there's always going to be that. But I mean, as far as the big tobacco companies and all those people going out of business, having to find a new job, I don't care about that.
No, I don't either.
I don't care at all. I feel nothing.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you have any of ours left at the house, if you didn't get rid of it all, Try putting some of that in your mouth to lung.
Oh, I donated mine.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you had any of it left, because it is better in a tank, especially the lemonades.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I bet everything. A lot of juices are formulated because they're made that way.
Yeah.
They're formulated that way to get flavor through a tank that you normally would get nothing out of what we vape now. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
When I first made the Minuteman line, my main vape was this, and let's see if I have the other one. Was these? These were my main vapes.
The fuck are those?
TFV8 and the Baby Beast.
Oh shit. Okay.
Those were my two main ones, and that's what I was making them for. I made them for this too, but I mainly was a tanker at that time. So they were made mainly as a tank juice. And that's why
Man.
Yeah, what's up, Ben?
Yeah, when you froze earlier, I decided to make a meme out of you, so Merry Christmas.
Oh, that is glorious.
Well, guys, it is already 11:30, and this little piggy needs to go to bed.
Same. I gotta get up early as fuck tomorrow.
Because
I told you I'd make it.
Oh yeah, and I'm glad you did, Tristan. Same with you, Reaper. I'm glad you got here and you're welcome. Send me a Facebook anytime you want to hop on. I have a Facebook group that I have everybody that's welcome anytime. You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, shoot me an invite for it.
Add me whenever.
Send me a message on Facebook. Tristan has my name over there.
All right.
Or send it over on my Oh well, no, you sent me one back then on Facebook. I'll just find you and I think I have you on Facebook. I just got to go find.
You do.
I thought so, but I'll add you over to that. And anytime you want to hop on, it's every Tuesday night at 10. So, and you guys,
sounds good.
The whole Legion is welcome here anytime.
Careful.
Let me tell you something. After the fun we have had the last 2.5 years bantering between the Legion and Minuteman, I don't care anymore. Because you do remember what I'm talking about, right, Reaper?
That would be more T's thing. I was
you were over here. You were over here going after me.
Was that the whole Crimmies debacle?
Yes, when I put that video out about Crimmies,
was before me.
Mm-hmm.
I know Maddie was over here. I know Tristan was.
Yeah, no, that was before me.
That too.
Nah, I got my wings about 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
1.5 ago.
But yeah, that whole debacle between Tristan and I, and then we united to destroy Monsieur Claire.
Yeah. He had to go.
But, okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and head out of here. Why don't you guys remind everybody about Savage Saturday?
It's Savage, really, whenever we do it.
No, we're going back to the Saturday schedule, Mo. Don't you?
Oh, we're going back to Saturday schedule?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, yeah, Savage Saturday, 11 o'clock, Vaping Legion Network. Look us up on YouTube. Feel free to browse through the rest of the videos, too. There's some really good stuff in there. Personal favorites, EVCA and Joey Grips.
I was just about ready to say EVCA.
That's going to go down in history books.
Best show ever.
That was. Oof. I wasn't even a part of that one. I was in the chat, just going. This is happening, really?
And
okay.
I think the best show ever of this one, honestly, was Jacob Clare.
Yo, just saying, we fucking popped in this bitch like one after another.
I was like, this motherfucker here about to get 8.
No, we really had no intention of coming on the show to begin with. I
was like, nah.
We were just in chat. We were just like, oh, let's fuck with Jacob Clare. Okay. Nope, we're going on? All right, fuck it, let's go on.
Minuteman.
Yeah.
You always call yourself the mastermind, but remember who it was that recommended you call out Jacob Clare?
Ben actually mentioned bringing him on the first time. And then, but right after we did that, the second we did that, there was one message I sent. And that was to Tristan.
I was like, go on.
It was after that first night when you guys came over and started attacking. I was like, okay, we need to quench this because they need to know what's going on.
I was pissed.
Yeah,
I was all kinds of pissed. I was like 20 shades of butthurt, mad.
And then the second I told him the next week was going to be a Q&A,
it was like, I have a plan. And I was like...
That was probably one of the most planned out things we've ever done.
Yeah. Normally you just wing it. Shit works out great.
No, there was like an order of things. There was fucking assignments. This was a fucking battle. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're abandoning the plan? Yeah, fuck the plan. I'll hop on. Okay.
Well, we got most of the questions asked.
I think we still had a couple that never got answered.
Yeah, because he
never did the Make It Right video for you.
Yeah, he had to do a few Make It Right videos for me.
About himself.
Yes.
You never did. You just bowed out.
Good riddance.
Get gone.
I'm sure he's watching too, so...
Creepily rubbling his hands together like, oh, Tristan, I love you.
And see, he's probably kicking himself in the butt like, I did not know I did not know any of this was going on.
Nope.
Why did I ever think he was a friend?
That's why we do what we do.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. That's what I always say.
And the ones you don't know about, walk behind them with Lucille.
That's right.
Oh, yeah,
watch him pop into the chat.
I don't think I showed you this last time.
You motherfuckers! Yeah.
Ooh.
That is nice. I like that. It's one solid piece.
Oh, looks like an Elvish blade.
It's the sword of Thranduil from The Hobbit.
I was just gonna... Wait, does it split apart?
No.
Then it is not the sword.
It's a replica of the sword.
Ugh. I got my baby.
I think this, though, would be a better zombie killer.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Considering this thing weighs like fucking... This is like a damn mace.
Dude, this is at least 25 to 30 pounds. At least.
I got my zombie killer right here.
It's solid.
You know what I'm saying?
metal.
That's right.
Yeah, but what's going to happen when you run out of bullets?
I'll bludgeon him to death with a pistol handle.
He ain't running out of bullets.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Eugene it and make your own bullets?
No, I'm going to open up the gun locker and use all the ones I got there.
Oh, by the way, since we're on Walking Dead before we leave, who is ready for the mid-season finale?
I'm so ready for this shit to get wrapped up. It's been going on for fucking ever. Like, let's go.
But I'm going to tell you, I've watched breakdowns, but I have not seen this week's.
Oh, don't. It's sads.
Because right now my TV is shut off until Friday when I can make a payment on my cable. So I haven't had a chance to watch it. But trust me.
AMC.com, homie.
True. But I would much rather wait until I get it back and can go down and watch it on my TV.
Well, they are doing the marathon right now.
Yeah, but I can't watch it on TV. So.
No, I'm saying starting Friday, I think.
Right, but I have on demand.
I love you, Robert. I got to run, brother. I'll catch you later. Right?
See you guys later. We're heading out of here. Don't forget, I'm going to try to do Saturday night, everybody, 7 p.m. But if we don't do it, catch them on Savage Saturday that night. So,
damn right.
See you guys later.